Oh my God, bro.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Movie Blues. This week on the show, we're going to be looking at the 2018 mockbuster found footage movie, HORNET, which is a ripoff of the spin-off of the Transformers series, Bumblebee. And I know that because Asylum, the people that made this movie, released it within 2 weeks of the movie Bumblebee coming out into theaters. Ah, Asylum. If you're not familiar with these clowns, it's a movie company that produces hits like Atlantic Rim, Transmorphers, and a bunch of Godzilla vs. Kong knockoffs, and even like a Sherlock Holmes movie with a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Anyway, it's these guys' jobs to rip a movie off right before it comes out and put it in red boxes to confuse Walmart shoppers into thinking they're getting an exclusive access deal to a brand new movie. And then they bring it home and their kids spend an hour and a half screaming in confusion and pain. So join me today as we check out their only found footage movie, HORNET, which is basically like a Transformers movie with a traumatic brain injury. So it's like a Transformers movie. The movie opens with a news report that we honestly wouldn't even think was that unusual in this day and age.
Local authorities are baffled at the large increase in disappearances in the last month. Numerous reports of strange lights in the sky, reports of missing hikers, loved ones not returning home after hours, cars found at traffic lights empty with the engine running.
Okay, and? Also, bro, you're on TV as the lead investigator of an alien invasion. Can you please wipe your goddamn lenses and straighten these bad boys out? I mean, good lord. I would have done a second take here. Like, where is hair and makeup right now? This leads to a second news report about a missing hiker named Matt Pruitt, as well as an interview with a local.
Look, I saw it! The sting is out there! That's what took that!
Whoa. Honestly, that's pretty cool. I mean, it's definitely cooler than anything I've ever seen from a Transformers movie.
It looks like your distributor cap's a little loose.
Touché. The movie starts in earnest with Helen, a robotics student, at her robot shop, as she prepares to go on a weekend trip to test out the team's newest top-secret invention. And there's no better way to open up a found-footage horror movie about a robotics team facing off with an alien fleet than with some passive-aggressive, disciplinary office banter.
Hey, there's Chloe. Say hi, Chloe.
You're still doing this?
Tell them what you're working on.
Writing the code for the new running sequence cycles patch.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you did that 2 days ago.
I mean, I was working on it, and I had to do the other sequences, and it took a lot longer than I thought.
Okay, just say something for the cameras. Look presentable. We need this presentation to work, okay?
Okay.
If you could just go ahead and make sure you do that from now on, that would be great.
Helen, Chloe, and Luke pack up their robotics and get ready for their trip, which kicks off with some more tense workplace vibes.
Guys, I'm sorry, okay?
Getting gas because Luke didn't look at the itinerary I sent out 2 days ago.
I looked at it, I just had
So many things to do too, Luke. What did you think we were doing?
Honest mistake.
Can any single person shut the fuck up about any single thing?
So the team sets up shop in the hills of the middle of nowhere, with like a Tony Stark drone filming them, I guess. And then Helen introduces Project HORNET.
Let me introduce you to HORNET.
Wait. What the
It would take me 100 years to break down how many things are wrong with this special effect. It's just something that my eyes definitely saw, but my brain refuses to compute. First of all, oh my god, this thing just emerged from a single crate, which if you go back and look is just a heavy-duty Yeti cooler spray-painted black, and like, it emerged from a cooler and then transformed into a 10-foot-tall behemoth brick shithouse. The amount of matter that came out of that Yeti is not equal to the amount that could be physically stored inside of it. What in the uncanny Animorphs robot hell is this? We gotta just move on from this. So the tests begin and...
Oh my god!
He's going so fast!
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I'm not going to go into how utterly ludicrous it is that a 3-man team built an actual Transformer. I'm not going to go into the fact that they're doing this in the middle of nowhere on a hiking trail instead of in their gigantic robotics lab. I mean, if this thing malfunctions, what are they going to do? Drag it back to the truck a mile away? But I am going to go into the fact that these people seem like they are completely unaware of this thing's capabilities to begin with.
He's going so fast. Are you kidding me?
Like, no shit, did you not build him to do that? And the tests go swimmingly, and then the team has to chase the robot down that literally ran 50 miles per hour away from them. But my man Hornet is out here sprinting like he's about to storm Wall Maria. Oh my god, you can actually see his run cycle clipping. Anyway, the tests were a stirring success. I don't like how surprised these people are that their giant killer robot is actually working. At least their brief success has upgraded this group from a bunch of awkward coworkers who hate each other to a bunch of awkward coworkers drunk as fuck at their Christmas party.
Danger.
Uh-oh.
The scanners indicate an individual's approaching.
So a park ranger shows up to break up the robotics party, which leads to the team having to abandon Hornet in the woods so that he isn't discovered by the authorities. And my man is just kind of standing behind a tree, whimpering as his creators abandon him.
Get out of here! Can't you see we don't want you anymore?
God, this shit is depressing. So the gang hits the road while discussing how to retrieve Hornet. And that's when they nearly hit Matt Pruitt, the missing hiker from the news at the beginning of the movie. And that is when all hell breaks loose.
Oh my god! That's it! Holy shit! What the hell is that?
Yeah, you know, instead of just pressing pedal to the metal and getting the hell out of there, they decide to just abandon their truck to the alien mind virus zombies and run off into the hills with no supplies.
Really?
Again, these people have abandoned their 10-foot-tall tactical defense droid and their only means of transportation, all within the same 15 minutes.
Some people are really fucking stupid. Did you ever notice that?
Just as it seems that the crew is cooked for good, Hornet shows up to save them.
Knock, knock, Helen Martin.
Are you kidding me, Hornet? Really? Get in here, asshole.
Hornet found makers.
Yes!
Yeah.
Get in!
Stay right there.
Help! Why didn't you help us?
Jesus, this is not the way to speak to your sentient killer robot. I mean, what the hell is your problem?
I did not program you to be this stupid!
Hornet, really? Where were you?
Yeah, this kind of robot racism is exactly how we end up in this situation. Soon enough, the alien zombie soldiers return and surround the hideout.
That is an alien.
No, it's not, okay? It's not aliens. It can't be.
Not military technology. I've never seen anything like that.
But I don't know, okay? It's not aliens.
Whoever wrote this movie thought it would be interesting to have all the characters bickering over what they think the invaders are.
Yeah, we've been seeing them all over the mountain. We have no idea where they're coming from or...
It's aliens.
Chloe, come on. It's not plausible.
But it just ends up coming off as ridiculous. I mean, what rational person wouldn't think that this was an alien invasion? It's not the fucking smoke monster from Lost. Like, you don't need to theorize all that much here.
Some drugs, like PCP,
No.
can alter the neurons in your brain, make you
Not
irrational. That shit could be foreign, and those could be the new form of terrorists.
What are you, retarded? So I know you're not retarded, but what are you, Down syndrome?
So the crew decides it's time to take the gov off of Hornet and let him just go ham on the aliens.
I think we have to reprogram Hornet's code parameters, okay?
Protect!
Oh my god,
Hornet, that was awesome! Oh my gosh, tell me we got that. That was incredible.
So the crew retreats into the forest further. And when the park ranger suddenly appears, the gang reacts the way my 65-year-old mother reacts when she sees a black person inside of her local Target. turns out the park ranger is infected by the alien virus.
What are you doing? Come on, we gotta go.
What are you doing?
Although, thankfully, Hornet shows back up like a retarded Roomba. So, the aliens beam Hornet with a light ray that seems to turn the robot against the crew.
You okay, buddy?
It's either that or Hornet just got fed up by being ordered around by a bunch of yapping douche nuggets. Can someone explain to me why this local college robotics team decided to install a friggin' laser on their medevac robot project? I mean, you guys are truly asking for this to happen. Bruised and broken, the team sleeps in the dirt. And Candace Owens here is still on Yap Patrol.
It's the job of a scientist to document. While running away from our creation, we got lost deeper into the woods.
And the rest of the crew, even after being shot by alien robot lasers and stranded in the desert, are still nitpicking the living fuck out of each other.
If you guys have noticed, I'm not really in a particular condition for quick escape right now. The chances of survival at night are slim.
Yeah, I don't like knowing the odds, okay?
They're more like statistics, so figured you'd want to know I figured as a scientist you'd appreciate that.
Why are you the way that you are? I hate so much about the things that you choose to be.
So Hornet returns to attack his own makers once again.
He's gaining on me!
And yeah, I mean, who would have thought that the 10-foot-tall sentient robot you guys are bullying on your camping trip wouldn't eventually snap?
Well, if it isn't the consequences of my own actions. What's up? What's up?
Destroy! 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 Destroy Robinson family!
The children!
Destroy!
So Helen, you know, robotics Candace Owens, is abducted by Hornet and taken off into the sky.
You want to know why our grandparents stayed together? Because they weren't looking at ass cheeks all day on Instagram and refreshing it.
The remaining members of the group track down Hornet and Helen, who are being alien beam-fucked by the aliens with all the other zombies. Thankfully, Hornet is rebooted by Chloe, and then is able to go on one final killing spree against the aliens.
Got it!
At last, Hornet targets the alien mothership.
Hello, boys! I'm back!
I'm Helen Martin. What started off as a science experiment in the mountains turned out to be a nightmare. Behind me is what I can only describe as invaders in a large craft.
Helen, bro, this is not time to record an in-the-moment interview like you're on a VH1 reality show. You've been filming this entire experience. Whoever finds this footage is going to see everything that you're explaining here already in great detail. Okay, and one thing I kind of forgot to mention about this movie as we went along here is that throughout the whole thing, it's got these interspersed scenes of Luke, the guy from the robotics team, being questioned by the government after everything is already said and done in the movie. And from years of studying these found footage movies and making content about them, you know pretty quick that these intercut scenes are just like time-wasting filler. They're not like actually going to be important to the plot. They actually don't offer any further characterization. It mostly doesn't matter. But there is one thing that these interspersed scenes did kind of come around and fulfill for me that I found very satisfying, maybe the most satisfying thing that happened in this movie. And that is that the government Cecil type guy who's been doing all of these interviews the whole time is actually the same dork from the first scene news interview with an expert about the invasion going on, the guy with the fucked up glasses. And they do have a scene in here where he is wiping his glasses. And that is just a huge victory for eyeglasses realism in motion picture cinema. And I salute the people who made this piece of shit for this moment. Anyway, at the end of the movie, the nasty government guy's interrogation is forcefully disrupted as, at last, Hornet arrives to save the day.
Hornet has come to save friends.
And the final line of this movie is incredible. I mean, no notes, no cutaways, no jokes. Just enjoy yourself. Here it is.
What is your primary directive?
Primary directive? Saving you assholes.
Okay, fine. One joke.
Primary directive? Saving you assholes.
And that's it, folks. This was an alien invasion movie without any aliens in it, a Transformers movie where nothing transforms, and a mostly okay found footage movie that is better than most of The Fray, but probably had a bigger budget than most ambitious, smaller project found footage horror movies. Would I recommend this movie? I'd say if you're going down an alphabetical list of every found footage movie and you just need to see all of them, include Hornet. It's got some fine special effects. It's got some decent camera work. But as a movie secluded on its own, on the AFI spectrum, I would give this movie a 0.00001 out of a billion. I think it's funny that Asylum exists. I think it's interesting that these movies are still being made, but I'm not sure what their intrinsic value is other than to trick boomers and their stupid mouth-breathing children. Still, I felt like it was my responsibility to cover this one, as it is with all found footage unique gems. Make sure to check out the rest of my channel where I've gone over so many of these movies and recommend plenty of good movies that don't suck and aren't Transformers ripoffs made by Asylum. For better movies, for worse movies, for everything in between, like and subscribe to the channel. Once again, I am DS Lyons of the Movie Blues, and we will catch you next time on the show. Bye-bye! And before we go, I just want to give a big shout out. Ian, he is great. He's really been helping me out with the content and with kind of getting an eye on where I should be going next and what's working and what's not. So if you have any complaints about my videos, launch them at me, address them to Ian so I can tell him he screwed up. And we will see you guys next time on the show.
Because I love you, and I love you, and I love you, and I've seen all your movies, and I love your movies, and I think you're the best.